Hello, Facebook, YouTube. On my way to the gym. So, excuse my appearance. Make a quick stop at the bank. Come on in. Just finish listening to some financial webinar, right? And just some quick thoughts before I get my workout on is a lot of financial advice that you hear is to get out of debt, right? Get out of debt. But my thing is it ever analyzed why you're in debt the first place, right? Let's look at why you're in debt the first place. And we will look at that in 2019. More people are in credit card debt just to pay rent, just to buy groceries, versus 10 years ago when people were in credit card debt because they were making purchases on items, right, that don't hold value or value less, meaning that you can look at the things that you purchase on your credit card, for example. And if you were to hold a garage sale, okay, Minister Johnson, yeah, you can. I think I got your text message, so thank you for the digital. I'll try to, contact you. You can give me a call. You can text me again, too. It's just that I've been overwhelmingly busy this weekend, right? And so, back to my original thought. So, 10 years, if you want to know if what you're purchasing with your credit card is worth value, take things that you purchase with your credit card, right, and hold a garage sale, hold a yard sale, right, and see how much those items are worth, versus if you want to see if the things you're purchasing with your credit card is of value, right? The things I purchase with my credit cards will not even be included in the yard sale, right? I take my credit cards, thank you for the digital love, and I convert them into cash at 0% interest rate, and I use them to either, number one, invest in myself and my financial education, professional development. I take courses, I take classes, I purchase books, I read about credit, I study credit, I sleep on credit, I awake on credit. I'm always watching videos, motivational thing, mindset training, or outsourcing sources to get my business set up. I'm paying for corporations. I just purchased a vehicle in my business name and not my personal name. And so the things that I purchase or invest in with my credit cards, and then my next move is I'm going to purchase 2 real estate acquisitions with my credit card, right? I couldn't even put those things in a yard sale. So that's number one. But now the trend is more going into people are using credit card debt because they have little income and they're just using it as collateral to make ends meet. So if you're using your credit card and you're converting to cash to pay rent or to buy groceries, then the advice to get out of debt alone is not going to work. Then the advice of now you need to invest in things to get you additional income alone is not going to work. Your foundation has to be credit. Why is that? Well, because if I'm going to teach you how to take your skill, your gift, your talent, right, and make more money from that, If I'm going to teach you how to make your side hustle now a business, and you need to now get your what you're good at, what you're good at baking, what you're good at mowing yards, you're going to have the equipment to upgrade, to take on more customers. You're going to have the capital, right? So where do you get the money if you're already low income, right? If I'm going to teach you real estate investing, where do you get the money to invest in real estate, even if you came across a property, right? If I'm going to thank you, Ms. Howard, for the digital love. If I'm going to tell you to use credit cards to purchase things that increase in value, it starts with credit first. Listen, I don't think it's a middle class in America. I think it's quite simply the rich, and then the living paycheck to paycheck, and then the poor, right? I don't consider a middle class. And so it's either you're rich or you're poor, you know. And so if you're not making enough money, and you have something within you where you can learn to invest, where you can learn to invest in Forex or stocks or real estate. I like real assets. Thank you for the digital love. You're going to need the money somewhere, right, to implement that idea. So where do you start to get out of debt if you accumulate a bad debt? Thank you so much. And I really, even with myself, I find that although I have about 20 credit cards, I find myself not even liking to use them because, you know, you've embedded in people's minds so much that credit cards are evil, or they're of the devil, right? But a credit card is just like a weapon, a gun. You can use it to make more money, or you can use a credit card to cost you more money. It all depends on what you purchase with that card. It's just like a gun. You know, you can use it to protect yourself, or you can use it to commit suicide. It all depends, you know. And that's why I want people to revision what they do with their credit. Revision how you use credit cards. Don't just take the concept that credit cards are not good, and that, you know, you have to start. I think the true baby step, and Dave Ramsey teach baby steps, you know, is not to save $1,000 for emergency, but to first get your credit score up. Why is that? Well, you can save $1,000 more quicker if you get your credit score up, and now you can refinance some things and find $200 or $300 a month less by refinancing a vehicle, or getting a cheaper vehicle, or refinancing some of these high credit card interest rates and now getting lower interest rates, or getting your credit cards that consolidated or changed over to an installment loan. Now you have one payment, and the installment loan is much cheaper in interest to pay off those credit cards debt. I think the foundation of fixing your financial future is to fix your credit score. That has to be done first, because if you don't, where are you going to find the extra money to, number one, pay off bad debt that you might have accumulated because you made bad choices, or number two, to invest in a higher income producing skill? Because if someone is going to charge you to show you how to invest, and you're already living paycheck to paycheck, where are you going to get the money to pay that person to teach you how to invest in real estate, to teach you how to buy tax liens, to teach you how to buy contracts, to teach you how to purchase Forex, to teach you how to purchase stocks? See, all of these things cost money when you pay mentors and coaches to teach you these skills and trade. So if you're already in the negative, where are you going to find that money from? Now, I have some people who email me, thank you for the digital love, who will email me their credit report, right? And I see that they have $10,000 credit card limits, and they have several credit cards, right? And then they would tell me, well, I don't have the money right now to pay, or, to invest in getting my credit correct at this time. And I'm like, that same credit card that you use to get you in bad debt, you can use that same credit card limit to invest in getting your credit score higher, right? And now, once your credit score is higher, you can revamp some things, right? You can refinance something, restructure some things, and now you're revisiting your credit. Number 2, the second thing I offer is to show people how to get more money out of their paycheck. Those are the first two things. Once you find more money out of your paycheck, that's another way that you can invest in getting your credit score, right, higher. Get more money out of your paycheck instead of giving more away in taxes throughout the year. Bring more take home pay from $200 to $1,000 a month. It's only a small discounted price of $19, right? That's not even a $20 bill for a small discounted price. I call it my W4 wealth strategies. That first paycheck, you get that extra money out of it. If you have a low credit score along with it, get your credit score up, because credit does not discriminate, right? More people with low income need it, but I've seen people with $200,000 income that's living paycheck to paycheck. Credit and cash flow does not discriminate. So the advice is good to tell people, pay off your credit card debt. But if they have a low credit score, or they don't, if they're in negative cash flow, then how do you propose they find that money? And so I tell people all the time, number 1, find it in your paycheck through these W4 wealth strategies. And number 1, again, I'm not even going to say number 2. Both of these need to be done simultaneously at the same time. Get your credit score higher, right? Get that credit score higher. If you're paying high interest on some things, you need to get that redone, revamped, refinanced, restructured. So that's how credit can make you rich. Credit is your lifeline. You don't need it just to get credit cards anymore. You need it to get a low vehicle insurance premium rate. Some of you all may be overpaying in your vehicle insurance because you have a bad credit score. You need it for utilities, right? Just to get utilities cut on in your home. You need it. Some people need it for employment. It is your lifeline. That 3 digits credit score is just as important and just as vital as your 9-digit social security number. That's just how vital credit is, right? It attaches to you just like your social security number. And it can open or close more doors just like your social security number, right? So get your credit done. If you have a job, I tell people all the time, it is best to have credit cards and not need them, and to have other people's money than to need it and not have it. Once you use credit card in the right way, you can stop living paycheck to paycheck, get your credit score up, and start seeing some